Good morning, guys.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Very good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, a very good morning. Just give me a minute. I will open our.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So I hope I can see 193 participants. So majority of you have already logged in. So before we start with our core Java training, let me introduce myself. Myself, Mrs. Madhura Anturkar. I'll be taking care of your core Java, the first half or more than half actually in the oncoming next 2 weeks. And then we will be continuing with advanced Java later. So a bit about myself. After doing the post-graduation in electronics. So as I said, I am also from an electronics background. So, if I can manage Java, you can definitely do it. So anyway, so after doing the post-graduation in electronics, I was working in process control based industry called as SAT Control. It's a subsidiary of Alfa Laval. Those who are from Maharashtra, especially from Pune, Pune or the nearby areas would know there's a company called as Alfa Laval, and there's a sister concern subsidiary about it of it called as SAT Control. So it was basically about flow controllers, PID controllers, temperature controllers. I was into embedded programming. And then for next 8 years, I was working with prestigious institute, TIFR, that is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. We have a national project. Again, those who are localites from Maharashtra, they would be having in their textbooks, school textbooks I'm talking about, a project called as GMRT, Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope. So here, I was very lucky to be instrumental in the beginning part of the project. That is, I was mainly involved in controlling the movements of antennas. There is a array of 25 antennas spread over 20 kilometers distance, and I was basically part of in charge of controlling the servo part of it, the controlling the movement through the microprocessors and embedded software again. And of course, the whole data we used to collect at the base of antennas, we used to send it to central communication building, and that was then used by the astronomers to do the processing, image processing and the stuff. And then, so after that, so that was the development kind of a thing. I mean, completely, but it was in mainly embedded programming. And then for next 15 plus years, I've been in corporate training as well as institutionalized training, mainly associated with Java and related technologies. So in short, just to give you the confidence, you are in good hands. And with this note, let us get started. So you have already got some idea, or you have already got some background, some basic syntax of Java from your COP module. So we will be basing out of it. But like I said, I mean, since you are going to use Java or .NET as your project technologies at the end of this PGDAC module. So you have to be expert in, I mean, I'm promising you to be expert in Java. And then you can, of course, take a call that whether you want to continue or whether you want to take up a project as a backend in Java or .NET. That will be your choice. So let me tell you how we are going to organize the whole contents or the whole training. Initial first week is always extremely important, very crucial, because that is where you'll be understanding the fundamentals of the language. And after understanding basic operators, syntax, data types, you have idea. I'll be brushing up upon that naturally. And then we will be entering the new topic as the object-oriented practices, object-oriented programming. And that is what is really essential, needed for building more complex or advanced systems. So whatever knowledge you'll be gathering in core Java will be applied in the advanced Java part which you can apply later in your projects. So without further ado, let us get started. here, every day, I'll just tell you the pattern. You will be getting, at the end of the day. At the end of the day means before lunch break, when our theory session gets over, you'll be getting day-wise data, which I'll be uploading on our Google Drive. And it will contain, of course, the day-wise code, whatever we create. Then it will contain the help files and the day-wise assignment as well. So if you check when I download, when I rather upload the help file for today, you'll see, since today is the first day, it will be quite exhaustive, detailed help. I'm not expecting you to that before I meet you tomorrow, that everything, all the readmes, all the PPTs and everything you have to go through. I will tell you that these are the things you should go through, and please follow up on that. Okay, so in day one help, let's start with every day you'll have a sequence kind of a document or a readme, and I'm just telling you something little bit out of context. We just have your seniors batch who has completed their project work. Just yesterday I had the revision kind of a session, project revision and all those kind of session with them, and they are about to start with their placements very soon. So at that time, in the late phase, if you start asking me that what kind of questions should we expect in interviews, the last day or last few days are like, little bit late. So on a daily basis, I keep giving you a lot of stuff in form of readmes, PPTs and all. And that essentially contains, of course, the concepts part, the fundamentals part, as well as typical interview questions. It won't be written in an interview question and an answer manner, but if you have understood, if you have applied, and if you have used it in your device development, you will be more than ready. You will be more than prepared. Okay, so that is the kind of thing. The point of saying all these things was not to bore you early in the morning. The point was start going through these readmes on a daily basis, whatever maximum. At least, see, I'm not saying it won't be more than 40-45 minutes read. In the assignment file, which I share on a day-wise basis, I'll be mentioning reading homework. So please don't be lazy and say that, okay, this readme I can read it tomorrow. At least the compulsory ones you have to finish on a daily basis. So if you keep up with that without, keeping too many things pending, your understanding process starts really well. Okay, so let us start with the first day's readme. So here we are going to refer to the standard slides. But before I refer to anything, any slides and all, let's just understand why you are learning Java or what makes Java so popular. So, there are more than 20 reasons. I've just quoted 9 out of 20, but 20 is just a number. So what is the most important reason? Everyone knows the answer. Why Java? What is the reason behind this? Security is it's of course important, but the first one which you should quote. Okay, one more thing, guys. Object oriented and all of this. First one is platform independence. Exactly. Write once and run anywhere principle. So that makes me prompt you to the next question. Just before I ask any question, here is the standard instruction. Please do not send me direct messages. I don't respond to that. We have a common channel, so please, okay, send me this. Nobody's judging you here. You are learning things, so please put up a direct. Don't put up a direct message. Put a public message, please. Going ahead, tell me what is it? What do you understand by a word platform? What's the meaning of platform to you? Is it Shubham? Is it just a machine? Of course not. It's not only a hardware. It's not only the operating system. It is the combo. It is the it is the combination. It is the combination of the operating system, not IDE. IDE, Siddharth, is for, developing your applications. It is the operating system and below that, the corresponding underlying hardware. Okay. So when I say platform, or when you say that Java is platform independent, this is what you should start understanding with. So here, we draw a lot of diagrams to explain the point. So when you say platform independent, understand the point. So this is where we start developing the Java application. Tell me, what is the extension of a Java source file? You have done some things in Java, so I can definitely ask you. .java, everyone knows that. So suppose I create a file, first.java, about the norms, about the rules, what should be the name of the file, what should be the name of the class, public and all that, that will be covered later. That's not the point here. So you end up developing first.java or hello world.java or anything kind of a thing. And then, so this is your development, the first one. Then you pass it to the compiler. So let me say this. So what is the command? I'm not talking about integrated development environment. I'm not talking about IDE. First 2-3 days, I'm not allowing you to use IDE. You use JavaC, exactly. So Java compiler, command line invocation. So JavaC. I hope you know this. If you don't, we will be doing, I think ma'am must have already taken this, -d flag. -d is for, what is the -d for? -d for? Have you used JavaC -d? Yes, the directory, name of the directory. Exactly. Very good. So -d or -d is the Java compiler option to tell the compiler where to generate the Java .class files. So I will talk about folder structure, src bin, everything. So right now, currently focus on important things. So here, typically we write it under src. And where do we generate and keep the .class files? Tell me. Exactly, the bin folder. So /bin. This backslash or the forward slash will depend on the operating system which you are using. So if I'm having Windows 10 over the hardware, Intel hardware. So the point is that is my platform. So JavaC -d and the name of the class. What will happen if I give it as a f as a lowercase? Answer is nothing. Compiler doesn't force you to write it in a case sensitive manner. So imagine that there was only one class which was defined, such as class first. Anyone wants to know? Anyone wants to tell me what will be the output from the compilation? Simple questions I'm asking you. What will be the output after the compilation? The byte codes, exactly. So the name of the file, if the name of the class is class first, the name of the output will be first.class. And this first.class is referred, what is it called as? This is nothing but as called as intermediate byte code. Okay. So the moment I say it is an intermediate byte code, yes, .class files, you're absolutely right. So when I say it is intermediate byte code, is it of the text format or is it of the binary format? T or B, text or binary? Of course it is binary format. Next question. If I ask you, listen to the question correctly. Is this intermediate binary code, is this intermediate byte code ready to run on any real platform? Answer is no. So let me ask you the more detailed question. Is this code meant for a specific platform, which is the combination of operating system and the hardware, or is it platform independent? Is it platform specific or is it platform independent? It is platform independent. Okay. So here, so what is it your compiler is producing? What is it your Java compiler is producing? Is the intermediate binary code, which is totally platform independent. Okay. So it is not meant for any specific combination of a hardware, hardware and the operating system. But you must be knowing, even if you are from the non-IT background, non-CS background or whatever, for executing any application, for running any app on an underlying operating system, underlying platform, it has to be converted into platform-specific native code. So what is the meaning of native code? Native means its own understandable format. So for example, if I have a combination of Windows operating system, Windows 10 and the corresponding hardware, will my byte code run on it directly, or does it have to be translated? Answer is it cannot run on it directly. Your Windows operating system requires executable platform-specific native code. So the point I'm trying to make is, suppose this is your outcome, and I want to run it on different platforms. Typical 3 different platforms I'm talking about. The standard examples. So one is maybe Windows 64-bit platform and its own hardware. Okay, so this is your Windows 64-bit system and the corresponding hardware. Suppose you have got Linux as in Ubuntu, and Ubuntu is just one of the Linux installations and its corresponding hardware. This is the platform I'm talking about. And suppose you got a Mac here. Okay, and the fastest hardware. Okay, so if you have this, then do you imagine, you already answered that, but I'm still repeating for the sake of understanding. Can I take this byte code and give it to any real platform? Answer is absolutely not. So like Akash said, native code is nothing but a machine understandable, machine specific. I will just change the word Akash from machine to your platform specific, platform understandable code. Okay, so that is where you need a translator. So before I say the translator element, when this code is not meant for any real platform, what is the English opposite word of real? Is virtual. So this binary code, this byte code is only meant for understanding. It is only understandable by a virtual platform, a virtual machine. And since it is Java specific, Java family, when I say Java family, you have Java, you have Scala, you have Kotlin, you have Groovy. All these are the JVM languages. Okay, so that is when you require a translator. So what is the translator? Which is that interpreter? You know the word interpreter. Suppose one person is talking in Marathi and one person is talking in English and they don't understand each other. You need a translator, you need an interpreter in between, right? So this is going to be your Java virtual machine. So this Java virtual machine, I'll just expand this. So this will require a Java virtual machine as well as this. Okay. So here, when you talk about actually execution of your application, the same byte code file will be supplied to different JVMs. So when I say already different, can you answer this? This JVM, is it going to be platform specific or is it going to be platform independent? S or I? It is platform specific. How can, because what is it? What is the job of this particular JVM? What is it this JVM has to do? It has to take the platform independent byte code and convert it into Windows specific code understood by the native platform. This fellow has to take the same byte code and convert it for this particular platform. Or your Mac, I mean the Mac's JVM will have to do the translation for the Mac. Are you getting this? So as you said correctly, this is going to be definitely machine specific, or I don't want to use the word machine. So I'll say platform specific. And once you know about this, this is where the JVM, of course, we will be going into the details of JVM architecture, but over time. So this is nothing but your Java virtual machine, which actually does the conversion, translation, interpretation from platform independent byte code to platform specific code. And this is what gives the platform independence to Java application. Is the point completely clear? I'm sure it was clearer earlier. I just wanted to stress upon it. So why Java? First and foremost reason is it is write once and run anywhere principle. So JVM is platform specific, platform dependent. Absolutely. Are you understanding the purpose of JVM, or are you understanding the fact that how Java is platform independent? It is thanks to this Java virtual machine. It is thanks to the difference between two environments. One is the compile time environment and one is the runtime environment. And this distinction, this separation makes Java platform independent. But so today means in the first few days, including first 2 weeks or whatever, you will enjoy, or you will only see the platform independence. But when I take you ahead means quite ahead, when we talk about, talking to database and all that, you will see that Java is not only platform independent. I'm talking about now this VORA principle, write once, run anywhere. So today it means for you, write the .java source file once, compile it once, and run it on any platform. Later it will include run there's something called a JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. Run JDBC apps with any database. Isn't that cool? You have Oracle database, you have MySQL database, you have Postgres, you have NoSQL databases. You'll be learning all of that in your DBT module. So you can write the same, you can write one Java application to connect to connect to different databases without making changes. So what does it bring in? Database independence. Why I have not quoted it in my README? Because we are not still there. And finally, when I take you to advanced Java, that is enterprise Java, or the advanced Java part of it, web programming in Java part of it, you will see that we will be writing the server-side applications, and the same server-side application you will be able to deploy. Deploy means launch, install on any server. So there are so many web servers in the market. So you will be able to generate, you will be able to write server independent applications. So I hope you are getting the feel of the fact why Java is so popular. It of course gives you platform or your architecture independence, which we just now saw. Later you will see, you will be able to write the applications which are database independent as well as server independent. So that is what people mean by write once, run anywhere, or run everywhere, the slogan. I hope you understood. I understood means I'm not expecting to understand the database and server independence, at least the platform independence part. Everyone with me? Understanding it completely? Okay. So then there are so many other reasons, of course. Simplicity. So when I say simple, if you compare it to a language like a C++, so learning the syntax, a syntax I would say, but yeah, the concepts and the syntax both, it is a lot simpler than C++. More robust because there is nothing like there is no support for pointer arithmetic. When we go further, you will understand all the concepts of it. Security becomes extremely important when you are writing a distributed application which is distributed over multiple hosts. Okay, so whenever you are downloading some information, some responses, some contents from the server, any man in middle, a hacker, can steal your confidential data or can inject the virus or some malicious code, and that if you download on your client machine, it can steal the identity, it can have the security thefts and everything. But you will see within JVM there is a security manager which gives the security, which gives the inbuilt security to the code. And when I take you to advanced Java, very, very advanced topics such as Spring framework and all, you have Spring security full architecture. So at that time, you'll see how you can apply something called as authentication, authorization, data confidentiality, and whole part. Another good news is when you are a Java developer, if you are a Java developer, you don't have to worry about memory management. Java will give you the layer of, it will hide all the memory related details, and you don't have to think about, clearing up the memory. There is a very interesting, beautiful concept of a garbage collection. Exactly, Diksha. So garbage collector rather, will take care of freeing the memory which is not being used all over time. I mean, you will understand that. You tell me the next point I'm trying to explain. If you write any application in a sequential manner, step-by-step manner, versus if you divide the application into smaller tasks and allow those tasks to run parallelly, concurrently, which one will give you the faster output? Which one will be faster? The second option is definitely faster. So that is where you'll talk about the one single Java application split up into multiple threads. Threads are typically a dreaded topic. People don't understand it. People hate it because of its complexity. Java supplies you certain keywords, certain APIs, certain classes, certain methods to give the inherent multi-threaded support. This is the advanced topic, which we typically do it at the end of core Java. So at that time, you'll understand. Like somebody has already mentioned, you have a complete Java is not 100% pure object-oriented. I'll talk about it later, why and all, but it does support the 4 pillars: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction totally. When I take you to input-output device programming, reading the data from the file, writing the data to a file, reading the data from the socket or etc. becomes more than easy. When you want to write the distributed applications, you need the networking support. So everyone knows HTTP protocol. If you don't know, you will be learning about it, don't worry. So the transport layer protocols are typically TCP, transmission control, or UDP, user datagram. So the inherent networking support exists. And from Java 8 onwards, today Java 17 is also out, but it is yet to be declared as a LTS version. So I hope I had requested and given the instructions. Before I talk about the last feature, let me just ask you, has everyone got JDK 11 installed? Has everyone got JDK 11? Because I don't want anyone having your JDK 15, JDK 16, JDK 17, the latest releases. I'll tell you the reason. The reason is, there are certain features which are incompatible to your earlier. And if you see, your contents are basically talking about Java 8, but Java 8 is now again little ancient. So we are having the next LTS version, long time support region, JDK 11. And ma'am you must have already installed the IDE, Spring Tool Suite, STS, 3.9. Either 16 or 17 or even 18, I think, is out. Okay, so that's good. So please, I'll be giving all this. 9.17 is fine, Shubham. No, absolutely great. No problem. So coming back to the point, from Java 8 onwards, Java is not only supporting object-oriented principles, it is also supporting functional programming. So what is functional programming? What are those functional interfaces? How it simplifies and reduces the longer code? All of these will be discussed in due time. So those are the basically reasons why you are learning Java. So this was a theoretical background. Everyone knows the steps of development and execution, but since I'm meeting you for the first time, we are going to do it in a day-wise manner. So I would recommend that you create a workspace. You must be having per module, you create a separate workspace, because I'm going to number it from day 1 onwards. So today it will be, I'm not continuing with your COP. So I'll be numbering it as day 1. So let us start and create a workspace. Anytime you want to do it parallelly with me, you can do it. Later, when you are comfortable, I'll tell you that this is the thing you have to do parallelly with me. Today, I'm not forcing you that. So this is my workspace. Workspace means nothing but the folder where I'll be creating day-wise projects. Are we going to start immediately on this Spring Tool STS? Answer is no. Today, tomorrow, till you understand the concept of packages, class paths, I want you to write the code without IDE. And once you are understanding the concept of package, class path and all, we are definitely going to continue with STS IDE. So let's get started. Let us start creating a folder, day one. Before I do anything else, just give me a thing. So here, environment variables, I'll just say. And this was for the earlier batch, so leave that, so that you don't have to worry about what I did. You don't have to really understand this. You'll understand class path and all tomorrow or day after sometime. Anyway, so let me not off track. So day one, which are the two folders we create under that? Which are the two subfolders we create? SRC and bin. Why this? Because of the separation. I don't want to mix up .java and .class under this. So I'm creating two subfolders here. Can I replace the names by names of SRC and bin by my SRC and my bin, or are they special names? Any name or special name? Answer is any name. They are just the folder names. And why? Because your Eclipse ID, see STS, when you use STS is what? Nothing but your Eclipse ID, which has the Spring Framework plugin. Spring ID also is added. And Spring is going to be your major project technology. So generally, I insist on using that. You can use later at your project phase and all IntelliJ IDEA also. NetBeans people don't use. Either people use STS or people use IntelliJ. So later you can change. But throughout the training, we will stick to one ID so that you won't get confused. Okay, so going ahead. Now here, I want to create a for our first application. So we can create it in a simplest possible manner. So here, let me open this. So I'm not using any shortcuts, anything. And let's write it as a hello world Java. You know, you'll say that we have done all of this, but I have to get started on a simple note. So I'm starting all this. Everyone knows the class keyword. More about classes, objects, instances, references tomorrow onwards. But tell me, what do you understand by class in a simple word? It is going to hold the data and the actions which you perform on the data. But since it is the beginning of object-oriented programming, which I'm not going to start today, tomorrow onwards we will start that. So today it is going to be a very basic kind of a day. So let's say hello world. That is how typically when you learn any language, you start with that, so that everyone is clear about the syntax. Next one, tell me. Now start answering the questions. Can I write Java application without the main method and compile it? Hear my question completely. I said, will you be able to write a Java code without a main method and compile it? Answer is yes. You did not allow me to finish that. So, but will you be able to run it? Answer is no. Are you understanding it? So, no, you don't say we can write but not run. You can compile. But so will you get compile time error or runtime error? Answer is you'll get a runtime error. You know, anything and everything, what you say, immediately you confirm. So here I'm saying save. Just a second. A1 SRC. And suppose, okay, the norms and this I will discuss later. So I just want it as hello world Java. Okay. And so this is here. Now let's go and open the command prompt. Before I compile this code, I know this is all very basic for you, but still it's good to start from the basics without making any assumption. Those who are trying parallelly, please confirm. Those who are not trying parallelly, absolutely no issues. You can do the same thing in your lab. 100% of you first have to check the Java version. And since it is a long time support, this is the one I have chosen. Of course, JDK 17 also they are planning upon LTS version, but still it's not yet completely released. So this is why, that is the reason I have chosen JDK 11. So now, so is everyone having this? You have already confirmed your answer. You know the how to compile. So Java C. If I directly say, what is that? Hello world.java, the dot class file will be here. So you know the option of -d. Then you tell the compiler where to place the generated dot class files. So /bin. Everyone knows about it. And then you can supply the name of this. So like everyone knows, if you check, you have got under day one bin hello world.class. So can you write a code in Java? Can you write a code in Java without main method and compile it? What's your answer? Yes or no? Answer is very much yes. But will you be able to launch it? Will you be able to run it? Answer is no. How do we confirm? Anything and everything we say, confirm it so that understanding will stay with you. So suppose I change the folder, and how do you launch a Java application? The command line invocation is Java, followed by the name of the class containing the main method. But I don't have the main this. So here, why we don't add dot class? It's a famous means popular question. You will understand the answer after I explain you with the packages. So if I do this, everyone knows the error message. So what is it? Is it executing the application, or are you getting a runtime error? Answer is runtime error. And it is giving you in such a clear-cut manner, main method not found, and it is telling you so nicely that define or add this method. JavaFX is the GUI programming technology in Java, which is not mentioned, which you don't have in your contents. So ignore this JavaFX, but it is asking you to add the main method. So let us correct ourselves. And here, so now I'll start asking you. I'll write it in a minute, and then I'll ask you in word by word what it means. Just in a simple manner. Public static void main. All I'm going to add is hello world or welcome to Java kind of a message. Nothing complicated so far. I mean, when I say complicated, nothing unknown, I mean. Okay. So now answer the questions. What is the meaning of public? Oh, okay, forget that. What is public access specifier? Everyone knows it. So what is the meaning of public as the access specifier? This particular class can be accessed, yes, visibility from anywhere. Who is going to access it and load it and execute it? The JVM. So that is why the method, the moment, this is nothing but called as Java method. If you are used to, if you know about C, we have procedures, functions and all that. So functions are nothing but called as methods in Java. Okay. So this is the main method, which is the starting point of the application. So here it is accessible, visible to everyone. Next one. What is the meaning of static keyword? Static keyword means a single copy is not a correct answer here. Yes, the one Anshumala, that is the correct answer. What it means is the JVM will be able, because JVM is going to call this method Java runtime. Will it require to create the object of this class? What is the object and all will come tomorrow. But does it require to create the instance or the object of the class to call the method? Answer is no. So how are the static methods called? If you are worried about she's directly talking about static, don't worry. I'll be spending something like 2 hours on the static keyword, but in good time. So tell me, if you want to call a static method, how do you call the static method? Absolutely right. Class name dot method name. So can anyone tell me how will JVM call this particular method? What is the name of the class? Hello world. What is the name of the method? Main. So how will it call this method? Hello world dot main. Are you all with me? Understanding this? So that is the meaning of static keyword. Static keyword, the one who you are telling me that one copy per class, all this is the all that is the answer for static data members. I'll elaborate it more later. Next one, the easy question. What is the meaning of void? Is this method returning any data to the caller? JVM answer is no. So it is not returning anything. Can I replace? Okay, let me pose it as a question. What will happen now? And so when I say what will happen, I'm trying to, prepare you for exams, for projects, for interviews directly from first day onwards. Compile time error, runtime error, or the output. I'm giving you options. Wait for it. Options are, first option, compile time error. Second option, runtime error. Third option, none of above. Answer is runtime error. Guys, compiler does not look for a specific method whose name is main. Okay, so see, anything and everything we say, you know our philosophy, try it out so that it doesn't bother you ever. So here I'm trying to compile this. Tell me, are you getting any compile time errors? Absolutely not. Why should you get? Compile is simply thinking that this is your own method, so no issues. But what will happen if you try to launch the application? So you know the answer. You should know the answer by now. So I'm going to here, and if I say this, you have the Java is case sensitive. So it is looking specifically for lowercase main. And the moment you replace it by anything other than lowercase main, your runtime system throws you out. Everyone is clear? So people are saying compile time error. Those people are clear. There's no compile time error here. Are you getting me? Next one. Here. What will happen if I drop this? Question is the same. When I say what will happen, compile time error, runtime error, or the output? Option 1, option 2, or option 3? Compile time error, first option. This thing. Second option is runtime error or the output. So let me see what you're saying. Third option is a wrong option. Second option, runtime error. Guys, compiler does not look for a specific form of a main method. So here when you drop the argument, it is called as, in the jargon, it is called as overloaded methods. Don't worry about what is method overloading. I'll cover that during polymorphism. JVM doesn't understand this method at all. So instead of me saying about it, try this out. This is how it is going to be all the time. So just do that. Do that in the sense, I'm not saying do that means physically do that. You can just observe. Again, as usual, no compile time error. And here it tells you that it doesn't understand the main. So my next question is, are you okay, by the way, are you understanding? Everyone is clear about what is happening here? No issues, no questions? Great. Okay, so now tell me, what is the significance of this? You have done basics of arrays already. So when I say string array, let's say SS. Okay, so anyone wants to tell me what is the significance of this argument? Absolutely correct, Yash. Command line arguments. So if you want to pass any command line arguments to the code, this is how you pass it. Now tell me, I've given this variable name as SS. So what will happen? Now, options are same options. Compile time error, runtime error, or the output. Now answer is runtime. No runtime error, no compile time error. You will get it as welcome to Java. Hi there. 100% clear so far? Okay, answer my next question. Okay, let's just run this simple basic code and then I'll ask you my next question. We are starting in a hopefully a very simple manner. And here I'm saying Java. When I press enter, this is where your invocation, command line invocation JVM starts. Welcome to Java. Hi there. So pretty easy code. It's not a this one Himanshu. It is not a object name. It's a reference variable. It's a variable name. But I will correct that. I will say this. Actually, you have done arrays. It's a array reference variable name. It is. So don't talk about it as an object. Anyway, objects versus references tomorrow. So now answer the next question. Here, I want to I want to change this to hello followed by username. All this you must have done. So it is kind of a revision. I'm just trying to connect with you today. That's the whole objective. Tell me, after that, I want to, user will enter her name or his name as the command line argument. Okay. The first name as the first command line argument. The last name as the second command line argument. So I want to say hello followed by complete name of user. Give me the code. How will I access these command line arguments? First name and second name. You didn't understand my question. Yes. Scanner is later. Scanner is for interactive programming. I said through command line arguments, guys. Exactly. So how do you access these array elements? These array, you only told me it's a command line arguments array. So what does the index start with? 0 or 1? Of course, 0. And I hope you know, everyone knows this. Plus is for concatenation. So here, SS of 0. I want to add the space between the first name and the last name, SS of 1. Okay. So here, welcome to Java. And here, hello followed by the user's first name and the last name. So, just running this, compiling and running. Answer my question, please. If I press enter now, what will happen? Yes, Yogesh, this. Wrong answer. Null is a wrong answer, Yash. Okay, when you say error, it is a runtime error, no output, because you are not given any command line arguments. So take a look at it. First line, of course, survived. Welcome to Java. And what are we looking at? Read this little slowly, because you start enjoying, you start understanding the things when you understand internals. Exception in thread main. You must have seen it so many times in your COP module. So the point is, what is the meaning of exception? Is it a compile time error or is it a runtime error? C for compile time, R for runtime. It's a runtime error. Compilation has already succeeded. And see the word in thread main. So you must be wondering, what main thread? We have not started threads. You are right. You have not yet created or started threads, but the JVM has created a main thread to call your main method, main function. And what is the error? Which is the exception? What is it which went wrong? Array index out of bounds. So can anyone tell me, if I don't give any command line arguments, what is the size of the array which was created? 0. Are you understanding? And you are trying to access its first and second element. So it is throwing you out saying index 0 out of bounds. And I asked you about static a couple of minutes earlier. This is what is the confirmation. How are static methods called? Class name dot member name. Class name dot method name. So this is what it found at line number 6. Okay. So of course we don't want to have this. So suppose if I say this, what will be the answer? Runtime error or the exception? Of course, yeah, you tell me. Why should I answer? Runtime error or the output? Answer is runtime error. But okay, let me ask you. Again, it will be exception in thread main means runtime error in method main. Okay, so translate it to that. Exception will be the same, but will it be for index 0 or will it be for index 1? Of course, it will be for index 1. So you can see all of that. And if I do give my full name here. This is what it is. Pretty easy. Everyone 100% clear so far? Okay. So we are, like I said, I'm just trying to connect with you, nothing more. So this is the development and the execution part. Next one, I'm asking you things. So you can continue to use any editors. Typically, for your JavaScript web programming, you are going to use a VS Code. Anyway, you have started using STSID. Please don't use STSID for the next couple of days. So here I'm going to use the VS Code. You can use any editor, but don't use the IDE as such. VS Code also is internally, it's a smaller form of IDE, but just to get me the line numbers and all those details, I'm using that. Okay, so I'm giving you a small task. You might have already solved this. Just give me a second. Okay, so here, let me create in the folder. First, give me a minute here. Yeah, I'll tell you the task here. Okay, so give me the Java application which will accept two numbers. You can use Notepad++ anything. Accessing the empty array. Yes, Girish, you're trying to access the empty array. So the array capacity, you're trying to access the array beyond its size. That was the thing. So coming back, what I wanted to ask you was right. Give me the code. Give me Java application which will accept two, let's say, double type of numbers and print its, let's say, average. Or print its sum. Let us keep it extremely simple. So write application to accept two numbers, not with a scanner. Scanner we'll talk about little later, just with the command line arguments. So let me create a new file here, sum.java. And here I'll start writing. So the initial part I will write, you keep your answer ready. Even though it is giving me intelligence, I'm trying not to use it. And here, yes. So anyone wants to tell me? So this one, Pushkaraj, it's not hard-coded. I'm not saying, okay, why we are not using STS? I said this, Akshay, already. If you start directly using the IDE, you don't understand the concept of packages and the class path. That is the reason. So that is why you can continue to use Notepad, Notepad++, or any simple text editor for the first 2 days with me. You got your answer? Okay. So now tell me. I'll write something and you can answer that. So I'm just saying here, what will be the output? Just answer this question for me. Okay. Simple questions here. If you want, I can start with Notepad, Notepad++, anything also. So if I give the two numbers as, let's say 15.5 and let's say 20.5 or 15 and 20, simple. I'll make it simple, 15 and 20. So tell me, what will be the output? Is it going to be the sum or is it going to be the concatenation? Of course, the answer is concatenation. Because what is the data type of args of 0? It is a string. What is the data type of args of 1? Another string. So, and the plus operator is for the concatenation of two strings. So you will get the answer as nothing but your concatenated output. Confirm? Java C -D. And here you have sum.java. Next one. I lost that history. Okay. Everyone knows this. So what is the solution? Is it okay? Forget the solution. Is the problem clear? You are having two data types of the string type. So what is it? Somebody had given me the solution as the casting. He had typecasting was the solution suggested. Guys, can you typecast a string into an integer or a double? Wrong answer. Absolutely. You will get a compile time error. Confirm, confirm. Because so many of you suggested me this answer. So here, for example, I'll do it something, you check it out. Double number 1. So 0. And here it is telling you already because I told you it is working as an IDE also. So here, but you don't worry about it. I will be compiling everything from the command line today, tomorrow at least. Okay, so going ahead. So let's say, take a look at this. So I hope those who had given me the solution as typecasting, it throws you out. It gives you the compile time error. Compiler knows about, compiler goes by the types of the data. So what is the data type of args0 string? And how can you simply convert a string to double? So what is it you require? You are off track. Size is not required, Aman. That is a question on the array. So when I deal with the arrays, I will answer that. Ma'am must have already taken that. So no. You are going off track. I said, what is it you need to do in, I don't want the API. I don't want the name of the method. What is you need to do is you will have to convert from what to what, not data type change. What is it you will have to do is you will have to convert a string into a double. And what is it called? Nothing but parsing. Like how? Parsing, like how? You can't use Abhijit. We already covered that, Abhijit. I'm talking to Abhijit, so give me a minute to answer his question. If you change the string array to int array, Abhijit, you are supposed to answer, will code compile, will it run, or what will happen? You understood? Abhijit, I'm asking you, if you, instead of giving the string array, if you supply int array, will the code compile? Yes or no? You can also, others can also answer. Again, Abhijit, you have a lot of things to catch up. Of course, the code will compile, but will it run? Just now I was showing you all those examples earlier. It won't run. Are you understanding me? So why? Because the JVM looks for a specific signature, public static void main string array args. So what is it we have to do is we have to parse a string exactly. Anshumal. So if you have to parse your string to a double. So tell me, have you started using Java docs, Java API documentation, or not yet? You have started using. So that's a very good thing, because you should not start any learning in Java without the API docs. I had given the installation instructions I had shared long back with ma'am. So everyone has got the downloaded copy of Java docs. You can use offline copy, online copy, anything. Everyone has got JDK 11 docs. So let me just open them. I've got all the API docs under one folder. I will suggest the same for you. So let me just open that folder which has got Java 11 docs. Everyone has it. So in that there will be a docs folder, there would be an API folder, and there would be an index page. Tell me, everyone knows about it? Everyone has been using the Java docs from this? You don't know about it? Rohit is saying no. Some of you are saying no, some of you are saying yes. Okay, here, I had supplied these installation instructions long back. So here, I'm showing you those who are saying no to this for them. So in Core Java Help, this was given to ma'am earlier. So here, this is your JDK download link. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put it in the Zoom chat. Just a second. So you can go to this. I'm sending you the link. And currently don't waste time. So it will get downloaded. And for the, the online version, you can use this link also. You just do JDK 11 API docs and you will get this. This is your offline version link. So here, after you download from this, I have shared the link in the Zoom chat. After you download, this will be the folder. Wherever you download, you will get it. Just a second. I'm showing you from this is I have created a separate folder for different types of Java docs. So you will get something like Java 11 docs. Below that, this I will repeat. Those who are not doing with me parallelly, I will repeat these steps in the lab session also. I'm going to be in the lab as well, just to help you with any things, if at all. We have our excellent lab faculties, but I will also be joining you in case you have queries, doubts and all. Anyway, going ahead, this is what I have downloaded from the link specified, docs. Under docs, there is a subfolder API. And under this API, you will find this page called as index page, index.html, which is what I have opened. Now, is everyone clear? Those who are saying you are not clear, are they clear now? Please try it out. And I will be sharing this particular installation instructions once again with you all. So you should be able to use this in one of the browser tabs. You should keep it open because anything and everything I say, I'll be talking about this. Okay, so here there is a search bar. Not search bar, search window, I should say. So here you look for a class called as double. Okay, so you will find, so you just watch, if you are already done it, it is just a repeat run. So you will find a class called as java.lang.double. Okay, so anyone wants to tell me? Forget the module. You don't have modules in your context. I will explain it later if required. But you have packages. Anyone wants to tell me what is the name of the default package which every Java class can use? It's not lang. It is java.lang. Default is not the name. I asked you, Shubham, the name of the default package. It is java.lang. In short, let me rephrase. If I'm using your system class, your string class, or your integer or double classes, do you have to import java.lang.double or is it implicitly available? Answer is you don't have to import it. It is implicitly available. But the minute you start using scanner, is scanner class from the java.lang package or elsewhere? Java.util is the answer. So here, what will be the first step when you start using scanner? First step we do is import java.util.scanner, or you can say import java.util.start, and then you start creating the object instance of the scanner and go ahead. Everyone gets me. So coming back to the point, look for a class called as double, choose java.lang.double. There is a concept of a wrapper class. So what is that wrapper class and all will come to you on the proper 4th or 5th, sometime. This is a class which wraps the primitive type double in the form of an object. So ignore this because currently it won't make sense unless and until I explain what is class, what is object all tomorrow. So now here you simply search for, there is a method called as parse double. So if you have not yet downloaded the Java docs, don't be in a hurry. Focus on what I'm saying. I'm asking you the question. So please look at this particular line. This is called as method declaration. In C++, we call it as functions. In Java, we call it as method. So method has two parts, method declaration and method definition. So here tell me what is being highlighted is it a method definition or is it a method declaration? F for definition, C for declaration. What is it? It's a method declaration, absolutely right. So this method declaration starts with public. Oh, sorry, my bad. I lost it. So here, start. So anyone can access, this method can be accessed from anywhere. Access specifier says it. The moment you say static, will I need to create the object instance of this double class, or can I access it as class name dot member name or method name? Answer is directly. So what is the name of the class? The name of the class is double with uppercase D. In Java, the norm is all class names will start with uppercase. So that is your double. And the name of the method is parse double. So how will you call this method? Double dot parse double. And what is the input which you are supplying here is a string. So what is it doing? It tells you returns a new double initialized to the value represented by the specified string. So the specified strings will be converted, the parsing. Parsing is the conversion from string to double. So this is the method we are going to use. But those who are observant, and everyone should be observant, can see that it is talking about something called as throws number format exception. Give me 2 minutes and we'll discuss that. Okay, so this is the method to use. So let me come back to our code. Everyone understood this? This typecasting is not going to help you. So anyone wants to type out the RHS, right hand side. I've given you enough help. Yeah, so what will be the RHS, please? Type it out. I'm looking for the answer. I'm waiting for your answers. Double dot parse double, args of 0 is a very right answer. And as you can see, I'm not using IntelliSys, I'm trying not to use the IntelliSys. I'll switch to Notepad soon. A double dot parse double. And here what we have is args of 0. You got this? So this is your string, which is getting converted or parsed into a double. Somebody was suggesting convert string to character array and double. Not required, not such a complex test. Directly string can be converted using the API, using the method. When I say API, what does API stand for? Application Programmer Interface. So when you say API, Java has already given you the Java libraries to make your development easier. So do you have to write this conversion method, or is it available directly? Answer is it is available directly, and that is what we are using. So give me the next one. So when I'm saying now double number 2, I think now people should be very clear about this. So all I'm doing is the copy pasting args of 1, and here now the question being asked is, you have done the operators. So here, this is a arithmetic operator. Is it going to act like an arithmetic operator addition, or is it still going to work as a concatenation? Arithmetic operator or the concatenation? Of course, arithmetic operation add operator, because it goes by data types. So tell me, what is the type of the data? Double. What is the type of num1 and num2? Both are double. So of course it is going to perform the arithmetic addition and give you the result. So what is the point of this exercise? To show you, to confirm whether you are able to use the Java docs. Java docs is Java API documentation. I'll repeat the steps of how we reached here once again in the labs in case anyone requires. Okay, so the rest of the things are the same. Now you're just going to compile it and try it out. So as you can see, I have not mistyped anything, so there are no compiler errors. And here, I'll just say your values. And here, since we had not specified, I'll use the printf formatted printing to specify the precision, how many points after the decimal point. But this is just having its own resolution. If you try this, take a look at it, please. 12 and 45. It is parsing this int value it is parsing it into a double, a rather string. This is basically two strings, args of 0, args of 1. You will say where they are doubles, but int gets automatically promoted to double. So it understands it, sums it up, and gives you the result. Anyone wants to tell me, if I do this, what will happen? Your choices are runtime error or the output. So I'm getting both the answers. Answer is runtime error. Just take a look at it. That is why I did not explain it earlier. Read it carefully. You should be very observant in order to be a good developer of any technology. Just forget Java. Any technology, you should be good observer. So it is telling you error, runtime error. And what is the name of the error? What was the error earlier? Array index out of bounds. So here we are not exceeding the capacity of the array, number format exception. And it is telling you that it is unable to convert. So some of you are saying there will be output. They were thinking maybe the Unicode value or the ASCII value of the A will be extracted and that will be converted. Wrong thinking. It's simply, the method simply throws you out. And how do you understand this? That is why I insist, read the Java docs. So from the day 1 till the end of our advanced Java, anything and everything I like to explain with the Java API docs because already there are answers. So now read with me. The method is telling you directly what is it, which exceptions, which runtime errors it might throw. So if you supply a null value, which is the exception which you will get is null pointer exception. So tell me, did I give the null value? Of course not. I did not give the null value. So that is not out of question. But read this twice. Shubham, you are asking me ASCII value and all that. I already said that. If the string does not contain a parsable double, A is, you tell me, is A a parsable double or not parsable double? A cannot be converted into a double. It doesn't contain the double number. So that is when it will give you, you have given the invalid format. So it will throw you number format exception and the code naturally aborts. So how about this? You understand? See, that is why you read the Java docs and you test it out. You try it out immediately. So this is what caused it. Now, of course, if I do it as, let's say this, okay, I'll just naturally, and it is going to say that it is unable to parse. If I give something like, just making you comfortable with the APIs. So suppose if I say A123 and 2034, still the problem is the same. The moment it comes across a unparsable double value, throws the exception. And which is the exception which is right in front of you is number format exception. Will it understand the negative numbers, the signed numbers? Answer is yes. So suppose I say -12 and 34.6. And as you can see, it is doing the arithmetic properly. So tell me, when will you get number format exception? If and only if you pass the string which cannot be parsed, which cannot be converted into a double. Are we clear? So like how I showed you double dot pass double, there is a, if you are accepting two integers, there is an integer class, and guess the method name. What will be the method name for converting it to integer? Parsing. You have parsing, parse float, parse double, and parse byte, everything. All the data types, conversion from string to double is available. Okay, so this is what is, starting with the Java docs and telling you bit of APIs. So now this was just a warm up to get you started. So everyone is clear with development and execution of the program. Now, a famous question, you already must be knowing the answer to all of this since you have spent some time in Java, but it's my job to, to brush upon it properly. Three terms you keep hearing is JDK, JRE, and JVM. So JDK stands for what? Java Development Kit. One is your Java runtime environment, And the third term is Java virtual machine. So, like to explain with a diagram. So I will explain it two versions. I'll just give me a second. Wait a second. Okay, so the two versions are, first I will explain till JDK 8 and then I'll explain what changed in JDK 11. So focus here. So start with the top statement. So when you talk about JDK, it is Java Development Kit. First talk about till 8, not till 8, the 8, JDK 8, because that is what is mentioned in your contents. So it is also called a Java Standard Edition, Java SE 8. Now, so JDK has two portions. It is split into two portions. One half is Java Development Tools and the other one is Java Runtime Environment. So which development tools you have already used? You have used Java Compiler. You have used Java command line invocation to execute your Java applications. You'll not use, but you'll require, you will use somewhere Java P disassembler, the dot class to dot, the source file, this decompiler. There is tool to bundle your Java classes into a Java application, Java archives, jar files. There is a jar signer. Applet viewer is now the obsolete one. But these are the Java development tools. So whenever you download JDK, under JDK, you will have a bin folder and under that you will find the development tools. So this part is one half of it. Focus on the second half. So what does a JRE consist of? JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. It has two parts. One is focus on the first LHS part. This one half is Java Application Programmer Interface, Java API libraries. So these Java API libraries are distributed into jar formats. So what does jar stand for? Java Archival Format. And if you open your Java installation directory, JDK folder, below that JDK 8, this is the version for Java 8 I'm talking about, JRE lib, there used to be one jar called as RT standing for runtime. And what does a jar consist of? Jar consists of bundled means archive, packaged classes. Recap without feeling lost. We are talking about three terms, JDK, JRE and a JVM. So I'm highlighting the JRE part. What does JRE consists of? Java runtime libraries, Java API libraries, and your precious JVM. I'm not into JVM yet. So here, when you talk about Java API libraries, those are bundled into a jar file. You know zip files, you know RAR, you know tar formats. So Java application have its own archival format called a jar. And the main jar file where all the core APIs are found or placed is rt.jar. So what does any jar file? We'll be creating our own jar files, but later. So what does any jar file consist of? Packaged classes. So when tomorrow I'll talk about packages and the class paths and all that. So packages are nothing but what? Packages are nothing but the collection of functionally similar classes. So which are the two packages which you already know? Give me the name of two packages which everyone knows. Actually, the answer is right in front of you. What are the packages? Java.lang. By default, available to all the Java classes. You don't have to import it. And then the others are java.util, java.io, javax.swing, java.net, and so many. You are going to see so many packages. And then whatever, if you want to avail some functionality, for example, scanner, file reader, buffer reader, etc., you will have to import that. So what I wanted to emphasize is JRE one portion is Java API libraries. And what is the second half? It is your Java virtual machine. And it is that JVM which is what is going to act as an interpreter to convert platform independent bytecodes to platform specific native codes. So what is the basic job of JVM? To load the Java classes which are required for the application and execute the same. And when I talk in detail tomorrow, the JVM architecture, today, tomorrow sometime, we'll be talking about JVM class loader, the interpreter, just-in-time compiler, and hotspot profilers. And of course, the fifth and most important part is, but being the first day I have not mentioned, a garbage collector. So this is the split. So 1 minute recap. Answer that. Tell me. What are the different okay, so I'm talking about JDK, JRE, and JVM. So tell me, what are the two parts of constituent parts of JDK? You can write in short forms. I can understand short forms. I'm talking about JDK. What are the two different portions of the JDK? JDK comprises of which two portions? One is the Java development tools and one is the other part is Java runtime environment. Got me? Next one. Give me the examples of development tools which you have used. Java C and Java. What are the other ones? There is a Java debugger, Java JDB. There is a Java P, Java decompiler. There is a jar tool, jar signer tools. Okay, so many. Next one. There is a serial version tools, lot of these Java doc tools. Yes, Madhuri, you are right. So coming back. So that is one half. Now tell me, what does a JRE consist of? JRE also consists of two portions. So which are they? Split of JRE. No, JIT is wrong answer. One is Java APIs, that is libraries, and the other part is JVM. Absolutely correct. So one is Java runtime libraries and the JVM. So when I talk about these runtime libraries, guys, when I showed you this, you should be able to connect. So what are you looking at? You are looking at standard. When you say standard Java documentation, take a look at it. Look at this. When I say you have to use the API documentation, keep your eyes open. When I say eyes open, observe. This is your Java platform, Java standard edition. This is your JDK version 11 API specification. So all those Java libraries, okay, which are the part of JRE. JRE is the part of the JDK. The documentation, the specification, API information is all bundled here. So coming back to the point, JRE consists of Java API libraries whose documentation, whose specification is in front of you, and the other part is JVM. Answer the next question. What is the simple job of a JVM? It's a two-word answer. Clue is load and execute. So what is it going to load? Listen, don't answer that. I'll ask you a better question. When I ask you, what is it going to load? Let me ask you a deeper question. Suppose you have said import java.util.star. And let's say in util package, you have 100 classes. I'm not saying 100 is just a number, example. But in your application, you have simply used a scanner out of it. So tell me, will JVM load one single class, that scanner, or will it load all 100 classes from the Java util package? Wrong answer. JVM is not so dumb. So when I say load and execute, JVM is smart enough to load only the class which is required. So when you write this statement, scanner sc equal to new scanner and system.in, at that point, JVM's class loader understands that your application requires the scanner class, and that scanner class will be loaded in the JVM's memory. So then you will ask me, what is the meaning of that star? What is the meaning of import java.util.star? You're just telling the compiler that I should be able to use any class or all classes under the java.util package. But how many classes will be actually loaded by your JVM's class loader? All of them or only the required ones? Answer that. Answer is the only the required ones. Is everyone clear? So otherwise, your memory will will be wasted by loaded, and so much of time will be required, or rather wasted runtime time will be required. Yeah, actually I'm repeating. I'll say this with the example. So here I'm not actually writing the scanner, but just imagine the next example I'll take of a scanner. Or why don't I write one? Give me a second. Here, let's add another one. I know you have been using scanner, but I'll use it for some different things. So it has given me that at least. And here, I'm repeating the concept. So just give me a minute here. Import java.util.star. So everyone knows meaning of star is all. So what is the meaning of this statement is? I'll write it in the comment. So this, this is a single line comment. You have /star, multiple line comments, and you have java.style comments also, which I'll show you later. So here, what does it mean is this application can use all classes. Later, you will learn something about interfaces, enums, exceptions, everything. Currently, you know only classes. So this application can use all the classes. Better word they use is all types. And you'll later know that it can be a class, it can be interface, it can be anything, etc. So this application can use all types available from java.util package. So this is the meaning of the statement, sorry. Okay, but now to complete the story, to repeat the statement, what I wanted to say was here. If I start with, here I'm using a little bit of a shortcut. So here, if I say, now, if I'm using your scanner, so this is your scanner. What is reference, what is object, all tomorrow. So let me not waste time on the things which we are not going to talk about today. What is the argument I should pass for the scanner's constructor? Anyone? System.in. So a small question. What is system? You're absolutely right. What is system? System is the name of the class from the java.lang package. It is by default imported, so I don't have to have any other imports. System.in. And the data type of system.in is input stream. So, guys, that is why your survival kit is the Java docs. So here, open the search bar, look for system. So the first hit itself will be java.lang.system. What is module? Don't ask me now because it is an additional feature they have added from Java 9 onwards. So currently we are not discussing that, which is the package java.lang. What is the name of the class? System. And if you check under system, there are 3 data members. So you must be already knowing about that. So what is the significance of in standard input stream? So anytime you want to read the data from the keyboard, console input, standard input, you'll be using class name dot member name because it is of the type static. If you want to write the information, write the message, print anything on the console, we require standard output stream. So that is your system.out. And if you want to write something to the error, standard error output stream, you have standard error output stream known as system.error. That is why we have chosen in. When I take you to IO programming, which is later, you will know what is the meaning of that input stream, output stream, print stream more in detail later. So coming back to this, I'll just write something. Because you already have done this, I can ask you directly. For multiplication. Okay. So here, can you tell me? We will write the code. That's not a difficult question. But somebody was asking me to repeat the concept. So take a look at this code and tell me, when I compile and run it, you'll say where you have given anything. I will write that. That's not the point. Can you tell me how many classes from java.util package will be loaded at the runtime? Answer is exactly 1. Okay, everyone got it. So somebody was asking me the question. Somebody said +1, +2 and all that. What was the question? Because I get responses. So that was all scrolled up. What is the question? Ask the question again. Which data type you are asking me? I'm waiting for the question. Somebody, I lost that question. What was the data type of system? I thought you already know this. Okay, guys, this is the first thing we do in Java. Here, look at this. Data type of system is a wrong question. System is the class. So it is a class. The name of the class itself is system. And it is of the part of the package lang. So those who are asking question system, first of all, S is uppercase. All class names in Java start with a capital letter. So system, what is system? Name of the class mentioned in, added in. Yeah, so that is a relevant question. What is the data type of system.in? That also I have shown you, Abhilasha, but I'll repeat it for you once again. So everyone clear? What is system? Answer that. Name of the class available from default java.lang package. Now answer my next question. What are the 3 different data members, static data members of system class? One is in, one is out, one is error. What is that in representing? Standard input stream. What does out represent? Standard output. What does error represent? Standard error. Everyone clear so far? Great. Now, if you want to find out, I'll not show you first of the data type of in. First, I'll show you the data type of out because now I'm not sure whether you know about it. So here, just scroll down and here you will find these 3 data members. I'll show you in, but in a minute. First, you click on out and take a look at it and tell me, can anyone tell me what is the data type of system.out? Waiting for your answer. What is the data type of system.out? All answers so far are wrong. Final means constant, guys, in Java. So we'll talk about it later. Print stream is the correct answer. The data type of out is nothing but another class called as print stream. Okay. So now click on this. So here, sorry. Clicking on this print stream. Now tell me, what is print stream? Print stream is another class. Is it from the package java.lang, java.util, or is it from java.io? It is from java.io, but since it is part of system, you don't have to explicitly import this. And can you tell me what is the name of the method which we use for writing the contents, to write anything on the standard output? Only println? Is it only println? System.out is a wrong answer. I said name of the method. It can be either print, it can be either or println, or it can be printf. But majority said println. So let me show you println. This is how, or this is how your Java docs help you. That is why I always insist on learning it through Java docs. So simply Control F, search, and type println. So now you can see, is there only one single println method, or are there multiple S or M, single or multiple? Everyone can see there are multiple. So this will println, print terminates the current line by writing a new line character. Print with a new line. So here it won't take any data member, but here you can pass your Boolean, character, character array, all primitive types. And later we'll talk about objects, strings, and everything. So these are called as what type of methods? Overloaded methods or overridden methods. This is something called as method overloading, but I will cover that. I'm not expecting you to know method overloading. Here I'm just talking about it, but actual details you'll know on the day when we do the polymorphism. So here tell me, the method signature, the argument is changing, method name is the same. So will I be able to use println method to print a double type of a number? You just have to say yes or no. Answer is yes. Can I print a character or a string or a Boolean? All answers are yes. Okay, so that is your println. The other set of methods you will have is something called as print. Oh, sorry. I mean, I should have said Control F. So here, now tell me, simple question, simple answer. What is the difference between print and println? If I say print versus println, what is it? Println adds a new line separator. Print continues to print in the same line. Are you understanding this? A quick question to confirm whether everyone is with me or not. So just a second here. Let me ask you our first example, which we did together. So if I say this, what will happen now? What will be the output, please? Suppose I give SS of 0 is Madhura Anturkar. So what will happen? Welcome to Java and hello followed by username. They will be appearing on the same line. So everyone is clear? Print versus println. So print is print on the same line. Println is terminated by the new line character. That's your println. And then there is a third method called as printf, formatted printing. So here you have printf. So this something called as variable arguments, ellipsis, you will understand later. So right now, don't worry about it. Right now, focus on printf is very similar. If you know about C, we have printf, you have scanf and all. So this is for formatted printing. So you have to supply the format specifier and then you have to supply the variable arguments, variable number of arguments. Right now, don't ask me what is this object and triple dots. We are a little away from that. So anyone wants to answer? If I want to print a decimal or a number, which is the format specifier? %D. What is it for a character? Just asking you a couple of questions. Absolutely right. What is it for a Boolean? %B is the correct answer. And what is it that for a string? What is it for the new line? No, \n is not. I'm saying format specifier. So it has to be %. %n is the correct answer. \n is fine. I was asking you for the format specifier, so I can't accept that. %n is a very right answer. We'll check it in a minute. And something else I wanted to ask. Yeah, I want to accept a double. \n is for a line separator, Akshay. I was asking the question, what is the format specifier? %what? So I cannot accept \n, Akshay. I hope you understood me. Okay, next one. What is it I was saying? Right. So suppose I'm accepting a number and I want to print it as the number having 2 digits after the decimal point. Tell me, %.2d. 0.2d is wrong, 0.2f. Sorry, my mistake, %2.2f. So these are the various format specifiers. Okay, so this is, we started the discussion because you asked me the question about system.in, system.out. So I'll just quickly recap by asking you questions. So focus. What is system? Yes, name of the class. From which package? Java.lang. Do you have to import it or is it implicitly available? Implicitly available. Very right. Next question. What are the three static data members from system class? What is the data? You are absolutely right. What is the data type of system dot out? Print stream. What is print stream? Class. From which package? Java.io. Which are the three different type of methods for printing the data? Give me the names of three methods which you have seen just shortly. Print, println, and printf. That's it. Okay. So that was regarding system.out. But your actual question was for system.in. So let me answer that. So here, now focus on in. So what is in? It is a static final. All these details, this is our first day together. So, you know, you will understand all of it over days, over time. So I'll just try to explain it in one word, but you may not understand it completely. Access specifier. Static tells you that system class, you don't have to instantiate. You will just use it as system class name dot member name system.in. Final is nothing but the keyword in Java to indicate constant. But what is it really? All that little later. So let me ask you now the important question. You yourself can answer it. What is the data type of system.in? Answer is right in front of you. Input stream. Absolutely correct. And this I'm going to take it inside out kind in our java.io. I mean, when I talk about Java IO programming, that is the time I'll take it in detail. But to answer your question, I have to show you. So tell me, what is an input stream? Answer again right in front of you, class, which is the package to which it belongs to, java.io. And then you have this system.in, you have passed as the data source to scanner. I have not yet done the revision of a scanner. So when I talk about scanner, I can ask you more question. So everyone understood it? System is the name of the class from java.lang package. And in is the one of the static data members which represents the standard input stream. To read the data from the keyboard, to read the data from standard input, right? And the type of system.in is another class from java.io package input stream. So that was your original question. Now answer. Now complete this. So here, I can't tell you all the details on the first day. That will be very confusing. So I'm giving you limited details, just the essential ones. So here is where we are creating a scanner object. What is reference? What is object? All tomorrow, not today. Going ahead. So here I'm asking user to enter two numbers for multiplication. So now tell me, how do I proceed? So I want to accept the numbers as, let's say, double numbers. So, or okay, this time let's change it. So let's say integers. So integer num1. Anyone wants to tell me? You must have done this so many times. What is it I have to repeat? I already repeated the whole stuff. Somebody asked me to repeat. When you say repeat, I don't know what to repeat. So you'll have to be better. Yes, sc.nextInt. So here, the name of the method is nextInt. What happens? What is scanner? Everything will follow in after 5 minutes. But first, let us complete the code. Actually, I changed my mind because I want to show you the format specifier also. So forget it. I change it to double. And the method name here is, sorry. It went into class SC. This is wrong with this ID. This ID, you know, it gives you so much of intelligence that sometimes I hate using this totally. sc.next double. And here, double num2 is equal to. Okay. What happens internally? I'll be discussing it in 2 minutes. Okay, why suddenly change integer to double? If you're confused about that, I want to ask you in a minute the format specifier. So here I'll tell you what I want. Accepting the data is already done. Now multiply the numbers and display the result using printf. Okay, so here system is the name of the class from java.lang package. Out is the static data member whose data type is print stream. And which is the method we want to use? I've already given you the clue here. Formatted printing method, which is printf. Are you understanding this? So now give me what should be the argument. I already got the argument as, suppose I want it in a double, I mean the 2 digits or 3 digits. Let's make it as 3 digits. So here I'm saying the result equal to, then comes the format specifier. So what is that format specifier? Percent point. Suppose I want 3 digits precision, percent point 3f. And if you want to add a new line, here, what will be the format specifier for that? Percent n. I'm not talking about escape sequence, the carriage return. I'm not talking about that new line character. I was asking you earlier about the format specifier. And here, now tell me what should be the argument. This is, I hope you are understanding. There won't be any plus here. First argument is format specifier, and then you can supply what should be that product. So can anyone give me the argument? What should be the argument I should pass? Num1 into num2. Just a product of it. You can have a product, division, whatever you are having. Simple things to do. So here I'm saying the idea is nothing but showing you or confirming the usage of scanner. I'll start asking you questions about the scanner in exactly 2 minutes. But before that, tell me honestly. Honestly means openly. Is the code part clear to everyone? Whatever I have written is clear to everyone. Okay, like I said, you have done much more than this. I'm aware of that, but I'm just starting in a from basics manner. So let's compile this and confirm. So since we have not yet set any class paths or I've not talked about it, we'll do it this way today. So tell me now, after I press enter, am I going to get the output or am I going to get the runtime error? Why not use this? Okay, Omkar, first of all, I will not, this is the last time I'm responding to a direct message. Please ask me on the public chat. Okay, his question, because you know why I'm forcing that, so that people also can see your query, ask your question. So he was asking me, Omkar was asking me, I'm answering that first and then returning to this. He was asking me, why not plus here? Do it and see what happens. You will get a warning. It is already showing you. So anyway, I don't want to specify. So when you say plus, how many arguments together you are passing is only the single argument. So this format specifier has to be followed by the actual inputs. So here the printf method has got comma separated list of arguments. This is not a concatenation. So Omkar, hear this carefully. I'll highlight and you tell me. What is this first argument we are supplying? Can you please answer? Exactly same as C language. Very, very correct. It is like C. It is 100% to give you the feeling of C's compatibility. They have added printf. So tell me, what is the first? What is it you are looking at? This one, Omkar, is the first argument format specifier. And what is the second argument you are passing here is the actual product whose value you want to display. Okay, so don't get confused. There is not going to be any concatenation here. Have I answered your question? Are you understanding this completely? So think about it in the meantime. I'll come to my original question. There won't be any error. There will be, because now we are not using any command line arguments. So it is going to prompt you for numbers. Okay, so it is asking enter two numbers for multiplication. So I have used the double numbers, right? So here. Oh, I did not print that. This what went wrong? I messed up. So what did I mess up? It is not printing the numbers. So let's check what went wrong. So here, I did not save it, looks like. Yeah, I did not save the whole thing. After doing the printf, I did not save it, looks like. Right? Was this? The format specifier is not. No. I don't think I saved it. And I'll just check it in a minute. Give me a minute. So there was no bug in that. I mean, the code was right. I had forgotten to save it after writing that printf. So why does printing 3 digits? Is everyone clear with that? What is the format specifier, which was mentioned is %.3f. And there is a lot. There are different variations of format specifier. Whenever it is required, I'll explain that. Okay. So now it is high time. Okay, it's almost approaching break, but I'll just ask you questions. So because you have done that part. So let's start with some questions. And wherever I feel that you have not exactly clear with it, I will of course explain. So here are my questions. What is scanner? Simple question, simple answers I expect. It's a class. Absolutely correct. So what is the this thing? Norm. The names of the classes, do they start with uppercase letter or lowercase? U or L? Uppercase is the answer. Now the next question. When you talk about scanner class, what is the job of the scanner class? Anytime you know. So any class you should know. Okay, so this is the wrong answer. The correct answer is scanner can read. Don't just say read the input. Any input, any text input, whether it is coming from, listen to this, whether it is coming from system.in, that is your keyboard. When I take you to file handling later in Java IO days, maybe someday, you can connect it to the text file. You can use it for reading any text data. So let me say this properly. Scanner is the class which can accept text data or binary data, T or V. Times we are not into yet. So I'm not going to answer any question which is ahead of time because I have to explain %TD, %TS and all. So the time-based question has to wait. Answer is, it is going to accept only the text data. And what is the beauty of scanner is, scanner has the inherent buffer. Scanner maintains the internal buffer. It is a small buffer around 1K size. It is an internal buffer. So whatever data you pass to the scanner via either command keyboard, when you say system.in, when you are attaching, let me not talk, wait, let me show you the code before we take the break. So here, in this focus on the right hand side and answer, have you attached the scanner to standard input, file, socket device, string, or none of above? I'll repeat my question slowly. I want to run it. Akshay, you are asking me the same questions multiple times. Why not STS ID and all? I have explained you. I want to run it on the command line invocation. So please don't ask the same questions again. Give me some time. Understand it. You have to understand the concept of the class path and the package. Okay. So here, let me come because it breaks the flow. When I see the question, I have to answer it. Going back to the question. Have you attached the scanner to standard input as in console input to a text file, to a string, or from the data coming from the socket or none of above? Answer is console input, standard input, right? And I have already explained you system.in is representing the standard input stream. But what is the real meaning? The real meaning is when this line is executed, a scanner object internally, all those internals tomorrow, heap and stack and method area and everything. So the scanner object gets created, which has the inherent buffer to store up to something approximately up to 1K characters. 1K is the size of the buffer. So this is an empty buffer created in the beginning. Now come to the next line. I mean, this is just a prompt. So when you say sc.next double, tell me, if you don't enter any data, will your program block or will it continue to run? B for blocking, C for continuing. The code will block. It will keep waiting till you enter the first number. Are you understanding that? So this is where we are, I mean, this is the blocking method. Now, once you say sc.next double, what will internally happen? Suppose, what are the numbers? I'll refer to the numbers I had taken. So first number I had given was 23.45. So this is considered as the token. The token is nothing but the string. And anyone wants to tell me what is the default delimiter a scanner uses? See, you have been using scanner all these days, so I'm asking you questions. I asked you a question. What is the default delimiter between the tokens? It is a white space. So how many tokens will be added in the scanner's buffer when I enter this? How many tokens will be added? 2 tokens. A wrong answer. 1 is wrong answer. Just now I said space is the separator. Looking at time, we are taking a break in a minute. So after you come back from the break, I'll repeat all these things. Just think it over. So 2 tokens will be added. The default delimiter is space. Can you change this default delimiter from space to comma or a colon or to some other delimiter? Answer is yes. In the scanner class, there is a method called as, no. There is a method called as use delimiter. So I'll show you that later. So what is the default delimiter? Default delimiter is space. And how many tokens are added in the scanner buffer? Answer is 2. Okay. Now, last line before we take a break. When we say sc.next double, what will your scanner try to do? It will try to parse the first token, first string from string to double. So in this case, when I say 12.34, is it a parsable double or is it not? Delimiter. Oh, no, Sumit. There is nothing to be sorry about. Delimiter means separator, Sumit. What is the default separator for the scanner? That is your white space. Okay. So here it is going to be a parsable double. So what happens is, listen to this. I will repeat the whole statements after you are, fresher after the break. So when you write sc.next double, what happens internally is scanner will read the first token. First token is a string token. It will try to convert it into double. There are 2 possibilities. You have given a parsable double or you have not given. Currently, we had given the parsable double. So it will convert it into double. And this is what happens. Now tell me. Now you can repeat the same story second time. What it will do this time? I'm highlighting line number 10, RHS. What will scanner do? Now the scanner pointer, that buffer pointer has moved ahead. So what is it going to read? The first token or the second token? The second token. Again, the same story repeats. It will convert this token, the string token, into a double. It will try to convert. We are given again another double value. So this is what is happening. So scanner inherently maintains a buffer. When you attach it to the system.in as the standard input, whatever you enter from the keyboard, is added in the buffer of the scanner, and the whole process of parsing starts when you start using the scanners method. So this is where I would like to take our first break, converting string token. The commands and all that, the commands I will repeat, Rohit, after the break. So we are taking here, and all these questions, please, keep it for the break time, because I don't want to delay the first session too much. Okay, the blocking, everything. So remember your questions. No, this one, Kunal, your question I cannot take because it involves has a relationship. So it is ahead of time. So remember, other than Kunal's question, I will take all these questions after the 1 hour's break. So think it over in the break time. And it is 10:06, I know, but we will resume exactly at 11. Please join in time so you don't miss anything. And whatever questions you are having, please keep a note of it. Other than the memory diagram, because we are just on the first day, I'll take each and every question and try to answer. So that will be all. Let's meet again at 11 o'clock. You can use any editor, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm not talking about any ID today, tomorrow. Day 3 onwards, we are going to continue with STS ID. So that will be all for this session. See you around at 11 o'clock.